So we've got on pole Adrian Nel looking to run away with this into corner number 1, and opposing him is going to be, if I remember correctly now, Duggan. Sorry, no, corner Briet is going to oppose him into that first corner. So lights are ready to get going, and the lights are out and we're off. So already one of the Williams getting a terrible start there, running into the wall. Adrian having a massive run into the first corner. Corner Briet sitting there on the inside, defending very heavily from the cars behind him. You can also see overalls are moving up in the pack there. Position number 4. Kriya getting into the fight, positions or second position, swapping all around.
Stuart also had a spin as well.
All kinds of chaos here in the first lap. A bunch of drivers running wide there, not really used to the high fuel loads. As we get going here through the first chicane, now getting through there quite cleanly. Clear just behind him, followed by Briet Jonkers. Overalls are kind of falling back in the pack a little bit. As we get going, Jovan Oosthuizen also moving up in the pack in the midfield.
Jude Stewart has gone off again.
So a very rough start for Jude Stewart. As we round the corner with the first few drivers, and already the pack is split up into 3 parts. Rounding the corner together, Nel, Kriya and Briet all running in close succession. Jonkers and Duggan having a bit of a fight behind that. As you can see, overalls are also jumping into the mix right behind him. So Duggan now forced to defend, while he actually wants to think about attacking Duggan ahead of him. So overalls are all over the rear there of Duggan and looking very solid. So up the circuit, up the hill we go, through the valley. Jonkers running wide and bringing Duggan into the mix. Duggan looking on the inside. Is he going to be able to make it? He's near the inside for the chicane. He's pushing it and makes the pass on Jonkers. Overalls are behind him, slipping past. And Jonkers kicking himself about over that mistake where he ran wide into the back portion of the circuit. Out in front, Adrian Nel, unfortunately falling behind Kriya. Now fighting to get that, to regain that position. Briet also pressuring him from the behind. He's looking up the inside but not finding the gap. Kriya looking very solid in first position as they go round down the main stretch. Overalls are getting a very wide entry and possibly giving him a run. He's looking to the outside. Where is he going to go? Up the inside he goes, into the first corner. This is the best opportunity he's got for overtaking. Duggan almost turning in on him. Unfortunately spinning off. Yeah, that's pressure for you. Overalls are also catching up with Dirk Brandt. Some action going up front. Sorry, I just quickly jumped. Jonkers making the pass on Overalls. And Overalls are running very wide. I think there might be something wrong with his tires at the moment.
Maybe that's why Gideon Jonkers has been catching. He's been preserving his tires better. I'm just keeping an eye on Jonkers here. He's not seemingly able to make any impact on Dirk. He's there but just can't get past.
Yeah,
Dirk's doing great defense here.
And through the chicane, so they've got...
As I say that, there goes Gideon. No, almost.
Very close.
Good advantage of a back marker there.
He's looking for an opportunity. Yeah, so it was Van Wyk and then Overall there. You can see there in the background both of those cars running there.
And there goes Jonkers. He's finally made the pass.
So inside the braking zone, just kind of diving, sneaking through almost without us noticing, but Brandt is not going to let up. He's going to fight back for this, and he's going to have DRS available Open goes the rear wing. And looking very good.
See, there's another one in the pits as well.
Van Beek. Marius van Beek also in the pits. And I suspect that might be due to damage. I saw he had a few collisions on track.
Then Nel has come out just behind Brunt and he's almost lost the next place, but I think he's got it.
Yeah, so coming out just before Duggan.
I think Duggan's on the inside now. Still doing nice side by side here.
They're chatting about this.
Maybe he's doing his final push before the pit stops.
It could be. It's very important that you get that fast in-lap done. And unfortunately, some contact between Nel and Brandt. Duggan running through.
Yeah, Skuman's now come through as well.
So Maurice Skuman has been quite quiet for the race, but he's moved up in the standings a bit. But kind of running on his own at the moment. And I suspect he still has to pit. So from what I can see, he hasn't pitted yet. So he's going to drop back in the standings a little bit. Once he actually decides to pit. Back to Nel and Brandt as these guys continue fighting. Down the main straight they go. Nel finding the button for DRS. Kuma now diving into the pits, just as we were talking about it. And Nel almost losing it on the oversteer. Oh, and this is insult to injury. As he gets a little bit of DRS going after the first turn. Brandt pulling out ahead of them. I think that might have been a panic moment from Nel. And he might have been hitting a few more buttons on his steering wheel than he might have wanted. Nel losing his level head, some drifting from Brandt right ahead of him as Brandt falls in behind and tries to regain composure. These two drivers are on the absolute limit of their abilities. He's trying to run from one another, but not able to do so. Rest of the field all fairly complacent in their own bubbles. We now have one of the other drivers, Duggan, coming into the mix. Brandt making the overtake on Nel. And onto the main straight we go. So we've got Nel behind Brandt again. Duggan managing to open up the gap through the last turn. No DRS for Nel. Into the first turn we go. So still attacking quite hard. And I think these drivers might be slowing one another down a bit. So I just quickly swapped over onto the screen. We've got Corne Breed jumping into the pits. There in the background we can see Ruben Creer coming into view. Or at least I think that, yeah, that's Ruben Creer moving back into the lead. Corne Breed coming out of the pits. Is he going to be able to clear Duggan? Yes, well, that is not Duggan in the background, but he's able to clear the back marker that's coming in.
What tyre did Brett have on going into the pits? Because he's come out of the C3.
So he was running on the C2, I think.
Okay, so that isn't the same issue. He's good. All right.
Yeah, Corne Breed having a very solid race, especially with his second position. As the time goes down to 3/10, 2/10 almost. We're getting within striking distance, so we're going to go through the DRS detection zone right about now. And that gap is within a second, so Duggan is going to have DRS available to him. Open the rear wing goes, and unfortunately I think he might have activated that a little bit too early. That reduction in the rear grip of the car, spinning out the rear end and sending him flying. I'm going to jump ahead to Creer. Final lap for this man. And he's unfortunately going to have to contend with the commentator's curse because we want to see what he does with this last bit. Running very close to the inside of the corner and securing first. So congratulations to Ruben Kruger. Bring it home for the second race. Corne Breed securing second position, as you can see him doing the victory wiggle there in the background. Next man that we're looking at, Gideon Jonker. Right at the end. Wow. So Morne Depot also coming across the line. You can see how mixed up the pack are.
Duggan's got Nell within his sights, but I don't think he'll be able to catch him.
So Jonker's securing third. I'm jumping to Raymond Duggan. And unless there's a big mistake from Nell, this is going to be the two positions that we have. Looking at the last portion of the circuit, and both drivers looking very clean. So, your grid for the night: Ruben Freer, Corne Breed, Gideon Jonkers, Adrian Nel securing fourth. As Duggan is also joining the Victory Donut celebrations. I'm not exactly sure which drivers are spinning. So yeah, your positions: Creer, Breed, Jonkers, Nel, Duggan, Deploy, 6th position, Brandt, Skuman, Pretorius, Stewart, Barnard, and the other Stewart, Stein van Wyk. And unfortunately, two of the drivers having some equipment issues.